in welcoming to the Maghreb Assistant Secretary of State Jose Fernandez.
In Libya, Morocco, Tunisia, and here in Algeria, as well as from the United States and around the world. You know, it's been a thrill to watch this conference being put together and work with our partners at the U.S Algeria Business Council. So I'd like to thank all of you here in Algeria who have worked so hard for this conference, and especially the U.S. ABC for hosting the first U.S Maghreb Entrepreneurship Conference here in Algiers, La Blanche. Some of you may wonder, why the Maghreb? Why are we doing this in the Maghreb? Well, you know, the fact of the matter is that we've been working towards this day for a long time now. A decade or so ago, the U.S. announced our interest in deepening our economic engagement here in the Maghreb. While that partnership didn't exactly turn out as we expected, we looked closely at the good ideas and the challenges that we faced then in order to move forward now with something stronger. What I'd like to announce today has been inspired by previous U.S. initiatives and builds on these efforts with a strong new approach of U.S. engagement here in the Maghreb. So the answer to why the Maghreb is really very simple. We believe, and you'll hear me say this over and over again, we believe that there's significant opportunity for economic growth, stronger business ties, new forms of economic partnership, and people-to-people contacts between the U.S. and the people of North Africa. These partnerships are a direct outcome of what President Obama said in June of 2009 when he went to Cairo to tell the world that we are committed to deepening our ties between the U.S. and Muslim communities everywhere. And it also builds on the presidential summit in April of 2010, that's just a few months ago, when we hosted 250 plus entrepreneurs from 53 countries around the world, including 8 here from here in Algeria. And it was a wonderful moment. It was a wonderful moment to see entrepreneurs from all over the world interact with entrepreneurs from the U.S. And at some point, the U.S. government just got out of the way, and the entrepreneurs just took over. And that's exactly what we wanted. In addition to working with government, the U.S. is committed to engaging with the people in the region. Where possible, we're trying to have a positive impact on people's everyday lives. And here in the Maghreb, we want to deepen our relationships based on mutual interest and mutual respect. And when I say mutual interest and mutual respect, let me stress the word mutual. We're committed to this region not only because it's an important region, not only because there are great opportunities here, but also because in the globalized world, whether we like it or not, our economic destinies are inextricably linked. So that's the answer to why the Maghreb. The next question, I suppose, that some of you may be wondering about is, why entrepreneurship? After all, we could be talking energy, we could be talking telecoms, but we've chosen to focus specifically on entrepreneurship. And that's because in the U.S., as you know, we feel quite strongly about entrepreneurship. We think of it as an essential part of what creates economic opportunity and what makes for a free and a prosperous society. And so we make entrepreneurship a pillar of our conversations with other countries. While the U.S. has this long history of successful entrepreneurs and business promotion in general, we believe that we have something to contribute in these areas, but we also believe that we have much to learn. And so this is what constitutes a dialogue. We're here to talk about our knowledge of entrepreneurship, but we're also here to learn, and we're here to share ideas and to find ways to build security and opportunity worldwide. I personally have seen what entrepreneurship can do. I've seen entrepreneurs in communities all around the globe, in Latin America, in Africa, even in the United States. People that work not just for profit, but try and do well by doing good. They see the payoff in seeing their ideas improve the lives of those around them. And I know that you've also seen it here in Algeria. I've talked to entrepreneurs already in the days that I've been here. And you've seen it from the innovative spirit of U.S Rebrab, the founder of Cevital, to the creativity and success of Dalila Najem, the founder of Daliman Publishing House, among many others. And we'll hear from a number of other entrepreneurs today. Some of you here attended the Presidential Summit on Entrepreneurship in Washington. We would have liked for many of you to have been able to join us. What we've tried to do here is to, over the next couple of days, to bring the President's Summit to the Maghreb and to share it with all of you, the business leaders, entrepreneurs, and future entrepreneurs of the Maghreb. So what we're trying to do in the next couple of days is to build on the President's Summit on Entrepreneurship together with all of you, to compare lessons learned, to find concrete ways to grow our companies, to increase regional cooperation among the private sector, to mentor our younger colleagues, and to encourage young entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs everywhere in their dreams to create their own dynamic futures. And so what I'd like to do in the next few minutes is to talk about some specific outcomes. And that's important. We really are going to try and focus on specifically what it is that we'd like to get out of these couple of days and how we are moving forward on entrepreneurship here in the Maghreb. I'd like to talk first about our focus on young people and young entrepreneurs. Secondly, what we're trying to do to promote science and technology in entrepreneurship. And third, how we hope to build meaningful partnerships tailored to the Maghreb region. We've chosen to focus on youth entrepreneurs. And that's because, as the Minister noted, we understand the economic challenges that face young people here in the Maghreb as well as everywhere, particularly the frustration that's faced by young people seeking jobs as they try to fulfill their dreams. This is a challenge that we have to face together, not just here in the Maghreb, but also in the United States. We have with us this morning the winners of the 2010 INJAZ National Student Entrepreneur Awards in Morocco, as well as two innovative young women who won the annual business competition sponsored by the Algeria Startup Initiative. We're also joined by a number of young, successful entrepreneurs from around the world, including a 22-year-old, Brent Skoda, who joins us in Algiers today. Brent, are you in the audience? He's probably prepared. Welcome. It's a long way from Texas. Who joins us here today from Texas. Brent is a student entrepreneur ambassador who received the Global Entrepreneur Award sponsored by the Entrepreneurs Organization along with the Kauffman Foundation. This organization is the world's biggest entrepreneurship competition, and it involves students from 44 countries. In addition to being a full-time student in Texas, Brent created a successful business that focuses on encouraging good nutrition among college students. And you'll hear a lot about this. You'll hear a lot more from Brent about his story today. But I think hopefully one of the outcomes of our conversations on youth entrepreneurship over the next couple of days could be to take programs like the Global Entrepreneur Award and see if we could expand them to provide new opportunities to student entrepreneurs in the Maghreb countries. Fostering youth entrepreneurship in the Muslim world is an ongoing effort for us in the U.S. government. Our 7-year, $2.4 million investment in the Junior Achievement INJAZ Al-Arab program that's already active in Morocco and in Tunisia will expand in the coming years to Algeria and to Libya. We've partnered with ExxonMobil, Citigroup, Save the Children, and other private sector partners with a foundational understanding of business economics and to try and promote entrepreneurship in the region. INJAZ has trained 700,000 youth on the practical skills needed to become successful entrepreneurs in this part of the world. And so to further encourage young entrepreneurs to pursue their dreams, the State Department's Middle East Partnership Initiative is providing $1.5 million to the INJAZ Generation Entrepreneur Project. These are funds that will enable 22,000 young people throughout the region to start their own business ventures. There will be competitions that will be held nationally and regionally, and the 100 most promising proposals will be awarded $1,000 to continue their work. In addition, and this really is something that we're hoping to use to appeal to young people everywhere, a film crew will follow the challenges and successes of young entrepreneurs in each country, and the resulting series will be broadcast throughout the region. So we're going to have our first reality show featuring entrepreneurs, and if that doesn't get you excited, a few things will. Let me turn now to innovation and technology, the second item that I wanted to talk about. In response to President Obama's call for expanded opportunities in science and technology, the U.S. is establishing a digital science library for the Maghreb as part of a new set of initiatives that I'm announcing today in the region. The Digital Science Library will help support development in science and technology, increase access to digitized scientific data and research, encourage partnership and networking, and technology licensing and exchange. This library initiative will launch it this spring, and it'll have new library resources that will come online throughout the ensuing year, and it'll be accompanied by hands-on workshops across the region to support and promote the program. Let me then turn to the principal item that I'd like to talk about today, and that's a new initiative that we'd like to announce today. And that's the initiative that we're calling the North Africa Partnership for Economic Opportunity. And this is something that we're doing in order to focus on building successful partnerships between the U.S. and the Maghreb region. Again, we believe, and we've believed it for a long time now, that we could do more here in North Africa. Increasing cross-border links in North Africa between entrepreneurs, professional and business associations, youth and business leaders is key to the long-term economic prosperity, stability, and security in this region. And so in support of this goal, today we're launching the North Africa Partnership for Economic Opportunity. This is a partnership that builds on a number of trips that we've made throughout this region, where we've tried to look at the hopes and look at the concerns of companies in the Maghreb and companies in the United States, and to see if we could tailor a partnership that was tailored to their needs. We're going to work with the governments in each of the 5 countries participating in this initiative: Algeria, Libya, Mauritania, Morocco, and Tunisia. And we're going to continue this work in D.C. as well, in Washington, making sure that there's a U.S. government-wide effort to coordinate all of the important work that we feel we're already doing and all of the important work that we'd like to do in order to further this initiative. This partnership will be different from other efforts that we've undertaken in that it's going to be a true public-private effort. On the public side, we'll invest our time, our creative capital, and our financial support alongside the existing efforts of regional government and public entities. On the private side, this initiative is going to be managed by an independent organization that's going to work in each country to create local advisory boards and a regional board of advisors of U.S., diaspora, and business leaders in the Maghreb. I'd like to announce today, for the first time, that we've selected a prestigious U.S. foundation to partner with us in this important work and to act as a secretariat that will implement this partnership. I'm delighted to announce today that the Aspen Institute will manage this initiative as we move forward together with you in the Maghreb. We're really pleased to work with the Aspen Institute on this new partnership because they have a proven track record of forging innovative and successful partnerships between the public and the private sector. For example, they already have a public-private partnership that they've implemented between the United States and the Palestinian territories in entrepreneurship. This combination of expertise, of openness, and a track record of public-private partnership, and their approach to working together and listening to stakeholders seems a perfect match for the initiative that we'd like to launch today. Let me spend a couple of minutes on some specifics of the North Africa Partnership for Economic Opportunity. And there are basically 5 pillars. The first is we're going to create a North Africa Young Entrepreneurs and Business Leaders Network. This is